Hello everyone, welcome to Far From Just Words. Today we are going to talk about foreign intervention. Again, during this week, we have talked so much about Venezuela because it's the recent example, and from that we can learn a lot of things that have been happening to third world countries when it comes to things like this, when they use some kind of scrupulous reasons to get into your country. In Iraq, they said they had nuclear weapons, and before we knew, they went there for the petrol. The thing is, or is it the oil, as they call it in American English? But the thing is this: most times that these nations actually go to solicit for foreign intervention, they genuinely want solutions. But now that the way the solutions have been implemented, that's where the problem is. Because most times, some of these nations have set plans in place waiting for you to come, because they have put you in those positions, because that where you are is something that has been planned long ago, so that you will come to them for solution. You will come to them for help. And during that period that the military comes into your country and there's civil unrest, lives are lost, the economy is going down, the living cost of living is going up. During this period, everything that is happening, what do you think? The soldiers that have been sent into your countries have to be paid. Those tools that are using, the machine guns, the everything, the jets, have to be paid for, and sometimes paid tenfold. So it's either you give it purposefully or they're going to take it. What do you think that if America, the guy just gets into your country and just goes back without being paid, even though he was so-called, we are helping you for free, we are the helpers? No, they're going to take something. They're going to want something. In fact, they set the plan in place long time ago. They're just coming there to take what they already wanted to take long time ago. And during this period, purposefully or consciously or unconsciously, the journalists in those first world countries always go on a rampage. Yes. Spreading propaganda. So at the end of the day, even the people, the citizens in those countries don't really know the truth. What they know is just a little bit. So and then you get to the point where there is also the part of the international law. The international law is also slow for it to act. During that period, before the actions actually start working in those countries, many things have already been destroyed. So most times, I think the cause of most of these things is the fact that the people in those third world countries, the leaders in those third world countries, don't always tell their citizens the truth. Because if they do know the truth, when they see those TV stations lie, they will know. If they saw the infrastructures and the energy that you put into building the country, like Dubai was transformed from a desert to what it is today, the people will never, ever see themselves support anyone from outside except someone from their nation. And from childhood, some of these countries that have developed themselves by themselves, like China, Dubai, and all those places, they teach something to their kids from young age: patriotism. That is something that most third world countries, Africa as a continent, most of the African continent, and the Latin Americans and the Caribbeans haven't taught their children. And how would you teach your children patriotism when we know some of you go on television to boast about the wealth that you stole from the very people? How can they be patriotic? You flaunt your cars, you send your kids abroad for vacations when we know your salary. So some of these foreign interventions, sorry for getting into a rabbit hole, but some of these foreign interventions, sometimes we have to think, is it a problem that we could really solve by ourselves? Then we should solve the problem. Because the cost of bringing in someone else might be too much. Might be catastrophic. So sometimes Let's solve our own problems. Because we have we have the intelligence and we have the tools to solve our own problems in our own way. We were never bad people. The media, some years back, said Africans lived on trees till their own brothers came to the Africa. Some years back, we were uncivilized. But now, first world people are taking vacations in Thailand and in India to see bamboos, to see monkeys. You see, it's a funny thing. There is this young man that goes around every country making videos. They call him Speed or something. When you watch some of his videos that he does in Africa, don't you see? We are okay with what we have. It's not a problem of wearing the best Gucci or Burberry, that nonsense that has been spread with our own children, with ourselves, even me included. How we want to wear and do things beyond our own power. That some of those things, we don't even need them. The freedom to play football on the street, run on the street, do your own thing. Feed your own family. That's just what is minimum. So sometimes I think we put too much trust in other people than ourselves. And sometimes we are just insecure. As simple as that. Because if not, why can't we solve our own problems? I will end on that today. Thank you very much. This is Far From Just Words. Until next time, see you.